Okay, and that's in one corner of my office and studio. And if I were to pan around, you would see the rest of the office and studio. And I'm just gonna take a walk. Some of it's just being used for storage of boxes and a garment and towel drying rack. And this up here is that's the hole in the roof, one of the holes in the roof. And we have a pan on the floor that catches the rainwater that comes in through that hole. Okay. But mostly what I've set up over in this corner is another set of bulletin boards. I've got a desk, and I've got a lot of my binders and files, and we've got the old shelves that we had in our old apartment, and we've got a lot of our accounts payable binders set up on the top shelf, and then I've got my visual art and architecture research and binders and research materials on the other shelves. And I got my color pencils, and here's some projects that I brought over. This is an ongoing project. And let's see what I've got. I've got some more floor plans and house drawings. That's an 18-foot wide, 2.5-story house, and the floor plans are right behind it. And these up here are houses that I was working on in the last month or two, just before we ran out of money, and we had to make a decision as to where we were going to move and how we were going to move and all that. Basically, we cleaned up this room. The carpet's discolored because it's old, and it's faded where the sun has been shining on it, and it's dark where there were piles of junk covering it. But we cleaned it all up, and so now we have a relatively clean place to put our stuff and to set up at least a somewhat functioning work area. And so I've got some things here that's a bit of Ed's work that he did as a civil engineer at CNS Engineering Consultants here in New Orleans. That was a few years ago. And that's some house that I was working on, and those are house designs, and that's like an interior structure and door and transom and wall trim design that I came up with for a house that would look kind of like this one. It's hard to see because those are in pencil. I need to darken these drawings so that they can show up a bit. Oh, and this is a design for functioning shelves for binders. There's the binders on the shelves, and these would be wooden shelves, and they will replace these old metal shelves, which are not really as functional as I'd like. They're not placed so that I can. I need more shelves for all this stuff. I need to put all of this on shelves. I also need to wade through a lot of it and edit out a lot of repeated documents and repeated stuff. So, but anyway, that's and then there's some hall closets over here, and there's the bathroom that we're using as a closet. And in the front room, which is about 20 feet long, it's a 13 by 20 foot room. We've got the bedroom set up over here, and we got the laundry hampers in one corner, and we've got the kitchen set up over here, and these are our cook stoves, and we have the globe mobile and the globe on a stand, and over here on this old dining room table we have office supplies in the back. And today I am going through all the documents that I have had to either write or outline or put together in the last 2 months, and I am cobbling together a narrative of what we've been through in the last month or two, and I'm basically going to turn that into a fundraising letter. But I've got parts that I'm going to use for the opening and closing, and some renovation assessments, style and structure of the house we've moved into, how we're getting by. We've set up a base camp using, we got this makeshift kitchen that we set up that we're able to use without plumbing or electricity, because we buy water, we buy ice, we have fuel canisters for the stoves, and so there's the beginning of that narrative explanation, and then just there's a lot of issues that have to be explained and written up in an easy to read, easy to follow narrative. And basically it's long and complicated, and I need to break it up into small pieces and string them all together so that they make sense. And that's a sketch of what I'd like to see be done to the front of this house. The front of the house does not look quite like that, but it could look like that. But there's, these are documents talking about, my jobs, my vocations, what I do. And then there's a sample program that we cite from Baltimore in the 70s for people who want to basically take over an abandoned house and move in and fix it up and acquire it. And, there's just a lot of aspects to our situation that we have to document and, like I said, put into a narrative format. Okay, that's going to be it.